You here to learn anything, or are you just here to play?
Hello, guys. Hello, and hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Zachary Reality, and happy Thursday. Today, we're going to be talking about the Ultimatum Season 2. But technically, it is Season 3 because they have the Ultimatum queer version, but they made that like a separate brand of a show. So they're really just counting the Ultimatum Season 2 as like the straight version for Season 2, when I just feel like they could combine all of them and just say that this is the Ultimatum Season 3. Like, why do we have to separate the straights and the queers? Anyway, that's just like my first thought. But we're going to be talking about the season, the finale, and the reunion. There are 10 episodes on Netflix. So 8 dropped last week, and then the finale and the reunion dropped yesterday on Netflix. So let's break it down. Let's get right into it. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you're notified whenever I post new videos, which is pretty active and almost like a few times a week. So lots of fun content over here. So let's get into the Ultimatum Season 2. So yeah, I think there's been a lot of people saying, is this the most boring season ever? Was this season even good? Did you guys like the season? Well, I watched the first 3.5 episodes. I started 4, and it was a little slow. And then I decided to just skip to the episode 8. So the episode before the proposals, which everyone got engaged. Everyone's still together. And then I watched the reunion. So I only really missed 5, 6, and 7. But what if the reason this season was not as popular is because all the couples are together? We love a train wreck, especially on Netflix. Are you kidding me? When there is a runaway bride or a nasty breakup on a Netflix reality show, our popcorn's ready. I think one of the reasons Perfect Match did so well is because all the couples broke up. Some of these Love is Blind seasons are so dramatic and crazy because there is so much turmoil and toxicity that people gravitate towards watching on TV. You know, this season was a little bit on the healthier side in regards to Netflix couples. All 5 of the couples are still together. All 5. All 5, 4 of them are engaged, and then one of them had a baby. So I do think that possibly could be why the show did not do as well this season, is because the couples actually were successful. Let me know what you guys think about that. I also think the timing of the last week of summer could play into that. It seems like everyone is just living their best summer lives and hanging on to summer as long as possible. It's Labor Day weekend, so I think we're going to have a crazy fall schedule of TV in September and so on. But the summer, everyone's just trying to take as much as they can get out of it, including myself. So happy Thursday, guys. We're almost at the weekend. But let's start talking about these couples and breaking down what happened, because we got to start with Brian and Lisa. So they obviously had a very tumultuous fight on episode 3, so much so that Lisa decided she wanted to leave the show. She was frustrated that Brian was flirting with Raya, one of the other girls in the house, even though that is the point of this experiment. You have to go into the ultimatum knowing what you're getting yourself into. Like, your man is going to flirt with someone else. So if you are not content with your relationship and you're not okay with that, then you should not sign up to the show to begin with. And I think that Lisa made a huge mistake signing up for the show to begin with. However, she did pop off the season, no pun intended, because she did pop out that baby. I watched the first few episodes with my cousins last week, and we were really wondering if Lisa ended up having the baby, because for months on Instagram, she was posting like back at it photos where she was hiding her potential bump. So we had no idea if she actually ended up going through with the baby, especially because there was not end up going through, but if she ended up having the baby, there was a lot of speculation that she wasn't actually pregnant. Well, she was, and her and Brian did have the baby, Mason. He is 4 months old. They shared at the reunion of the Ultimatum. So they left the show after episode 3, and then there was really only 4 couples left to focus on for the remaining of the season. Now, if you guys remember season 1 of the Ultimatum, they originally started off with 6 couples, but then one of them left early because they got engaged, or 2 of them. Yeah, Lauren, I forgot the guy's name. And then of course, Alexa and Hunter, 2 couples left early after episode 1 because they both got engaged right then and there. They didn't want to switch partners. So there was 4 couples too. So only 4 couples to focus on is not too many, but they all switch partners on the Ultimatum so that they can go into trial marriages to see if, they're better off without their partner, or if they really miss their partner. Is there something lacking in your relationship that you can find elsewhere? And it's a really cool experiment because I do feel like switching partners actually does give you an opportunity to see what it's like to live with someone else that may fulfill some of your needs that your partner doesn't. And it really could put things into perspective. And it really is putting the work into your relationship. So honestly, even though there wasn't crazy drama, I think that all the couples being together really is a good thing because they were able to work on their issues. So this season was filmed in Charlotte, North Carolina. I love how every season of The Ultimatum is filmed in a different city. I think it's just so much fun as someone who loves geography and loves traveling to just kind of learn about the cities and the people in the cities and where to go and the relationships and the family values that sometimes happen in each city that's just different that you can't get when you're not in that city. Like every city's different. But back to Lisa and Brian, you guys definitely agree with me, right? When Lisa was a little too rude to Raya at the reunion,
Or are you just here to play?
right? Like, why did she come at Raya like that? Like, she was so mad that Raya was flirting with her man. Like, be mad at your man. I don't know. I'm kind of shocked that Lisa and Brian were able to make it work after that crazy toxic fight we saw. But they both kind of said on Instagram and at the reunion, or Brian put a caption, he's like, you guys just don't know, like, our relationship. Like, yeah, it was hot and heated, but we worked through it. And they don't want to get engaged at the moment, but they said that they are working together to make their relationship work and their family work, and that they're happy and that they solved their issues. So honestly, good for them, but definitely would not have seen that coming based on what we saw at that episode when they were fighting. What did she say to Raya? She was just like really rude to Raya, and it wasn't too nice. But Lisa did say at the reunion, I told him I'm not going to be a baby mama forever. You still have to put a ring on the finger. I don't think there was ever a time where I was unsure that I wanted to be married to her. It was the timeline for me, Brian explained. He later added, I'm 100% locked in and not going anywhere. I think marriage is very important and definitely something I foresee in the future. Okay, so congrats to Lisa and Brian. Amazing that they had the baby. And then Nick and Vanessa gave them the gold baby sippy cups, which were really cute. Let's talk about James and Ryan. Now, they were together for 9 years. So they truly are like the OG couple out of all these couples. I mean, 9 years is a really long time. They basically grew up together. They were high school sweethearts. They're both 24 years old. So it's kind of crazy how some of these couples on the ultimatum are like issuing ultimatums when they are so young. However, when you grow up with someone and it's 9 years, then it is a little different. So I'm going to give Ryan and James a pass, but I have seen some criticism online saying that they should have couples in their 30s for future seasons of The Ultimatum, and future seasons of The Ultimatum are coming. So their trial marriages, James struggled to develop a genuine connection with Raya, but Raya quickly hit it off with Trey. Even though James was uncomfortable about that bond, Ryan and him were able to work through their issues, and they ended up getting engaged at the finale, and Ryan said yes, of course. They confirmed at the reunion they're still together, and they're planning a September wedding. And that's next month. We'll see if they go through with the wedding. We'll have to follow them on social media. James said he always knew it was Ryan from high school. He's just always known. So I really like them together. I think that they're a great couple, and I think that the ultimatum worked for them. Ryan did say that James was living with their parents and like all the siblings, but since James is an only child, he's just getting used to that, but they're going to buy their own house whenever they can afford it. So I hope that they do that, especially before the wedding. You don't want to live with Ryan's parents after you get married, do you? I guess some families are super close, so they don't care. But I actually like James and Ryan a lot, so I'm glad that they worked out. Antonio and Roxanne, oh my goodness. Watching the reunion was very cringy because it seemed like Antonio was all in and Roxanne just wasn't. She is obsessed with working. She is obsessed with what she's building. And, Antonio is building this car company. He proposed to her during the finale, and she came to the reunion saying that she doesn't wear her ring. He even custom made a new ring for her, added a couple diamonds, and she still doesn't want to wear it. It doesn't feel right. Marriage is not the top of mind for her. I mean, what was the point of this experiment if they're still going to end up in the same boat that they came with, especially a year later? This show was filmed a year ago, and now it's airing in the reunion, and they're still in the same boat. Antonio, based on what we've seen, I feel like you could do better. Roxanne does not seem all in. She does not seem like she wants a committed relationship. She still wants to have her cake and eat it too. And that's fine, but it's just not fair the way she is kind of like almost stringing him along because he seems so invested in the relationship and he just seems so committed. And she's just like still has her toes dipped in and out. And she was just kind of a little rude to him, I felt like, at the reunion. So I honestly don't think that they're going to make it work. However, they did reveal at the reunion that their relationship's not perfect, but they're still together. So I just don't think it's going to last, but time will tell. Let's talk about Trey and Raya. They're such a cute couple. Trey is such a sweet guy. I feel like he was one of the fan favorites this season. And Raya, I felt like she was very fabulous as well. You know, they have been together for 2 years, and it was time for them to figure out what the next step in their relationship was going to be. So as we talked about, Raya did struggle to develop a genuine connection with James in their trial marriage. Meanwhile, Trey and Ryan were an easy fit, and they kind of talked about that at the reunion when they played that game, that Raya does not want Ryan sliding up on her man's stories. They're like, we can put in a group chat if you want to comment you like his photo, but like there's boundaries. So they got engaged at the finale as well. And during the reunion, they confirmed that they are still together and planning a destination wedding for spring 2025. So that is a little bit of a long time away, considering James and Ryan are supposed to get married next month. Trey and Raya are going to wait till 2025. So we'll see what happens with them as well. I wish them the best. Let's talk about Kat and Alex. I feel like they were always going to stay together. They seemed like a very normal couple, a very steady, normal couple. They were just dealing with some conflicting communication issues during their marriage. And Kat, she switched partners. She was dating Antonio, and then Alex was with Roxanne. So they had some relationship issues to work out, but the conflicts with their trial partners actually led them to getting closer together because Kat did say yes to Alex's proposal during the finale, and at the reunion they revealed that they are still together. They seem so happy. Like they literally just seem perfect together. So it's definitely a major twist than last season's Ultimatum when everyone was fighting. But Kat and Alex just seem like they're going to be great, and they're planning a wedding for May 2024. So that's next year. Love that for them. And wow, I guess, is that every couple? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing? Kat and Alex, Trey and Raya, Antonio and Roxanne. Okay, well, that's literally all 5 couples. So overall, I did not think this season was the best season. I felt like it was kind of quick with all episodes dropped at once, and then the reunion and the finale. It just didn't feel like there was a lot of fan engagement online. There wasn't a lot of people talking about it. I don't know if that was just because everyone was happy. Maybe the Ultimatum just isn't super popular anymore. They're spacing out the seasons. You guys can let me know why you think this season was a potential flop in the comments down below. And let me know what you guys thought about the season and which couples you think are going to last. Before you guys head out of here, do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe by hitting the subscribe button down below and ringing the bell so you're notified whenever I post new videos. I'm Zachary Reality. You guys can follow me on my socials at Zachary Reality on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And I will see you guys in the next YouTube video.